post game.
Yeah, I'll be requesting my Apple Pay after this. No, I mean, Paige is a great player. When you, hold her to 16 points.
The WNBA, the gift that keeps on giving. The stories write themselves. The YouTube videos, they make themselves. I don't make the videos make themselves. Look at this stuff. I'll be requesting my Apple.
That single remark transformed what seemed like an innocent joke into a serious credibility issue. But the most revealing detail is not the $400 itself. It is how the league responded once everyone saw what happened. And that is where things get even more interesting.
All-Star weekend, you and Angel made a bet with each other on this game. Is that bet still?
This is how the rich stay rich.
You gotta save this money. I'm gonna see you next week on Wednesday.
Yeah.
At night?
No, at practice.
Oh, at practice?
I know y'all gonna lose, but if y'all lose,
I get to have that.
if y'all win, you get $400.
And if we lose, then you get
No, you owe me $400.
Bet. I'm staying on it.
Look at how openly that conversation unfolds. Paige Bueckers and Angel Reese are sitting in front of cameras, discussing who pays if one team wins, joking about keeping the money, and treating the wager like ordinary content. There is no evidence here that either player attempted to manipulate the game, and that distinction matters. A friendly wager is not automatically the same as fixing an outcome, changing statistics, or providing information to gamblers. The evidence should not be exaggerated beyond what the public video actually shows. But professional sports leagues do not create gambling rules only after someone rigs a game. Those policies exist to protect the appearance and integrity of competition before a serious problem develops. That is why even a small playful wager can become a major issue when active players discuss a league game. And what makes this more concerning comes later. The league reportedly acknowledged that players receive annual training on this exact policy. Once that is established, the question changes. It is no longer whether they understood the rule, but whether the rule actually means anything when recognizable stars openly cross that line.
Courtesy of Underdog WNBA, this says there will be no punishment for Angel Reese or Paige Bueckers over this incident. Okay, here it says WNBA statement on deleted social posts featuring Angel Reese and Paige Bueckers appearing to make a friendly wager on yesterday's Dream Wings game. While the social media post was intended to be lighthearted, WNBA players are well aware of the league's policies prohibiting betting on WNBA games and receive training every year reinforcing these policies.
Based on the statement shown in the original video, the WNBA said the deleted social posts would not lead to punishment. It also explained that players know league policies banning bets on WNBA games and receive yearly training reinforcing those rules. That creates an obvious contradiction. The league says the policy matters enough to teach every season, yet apparently not enough to enforce publicly in this case. Those messages do not sit comfortably together. Training is supposed to eliminate plausible deniability, allowing the league to say players were informed, understood the boundary, and knew what could threaten competitive integrity. When something happens publicly, the league must show why that education matters. That does not automatically mean a massive suspension. Discipline can remain proportionate. A fine, formal warning, additional training, or another transparent correction could separate a careless joke from serious gambling misconduct. But when the visible consequence seems to be nothing, the league risks sending a different message. The policy exists, but enforcement depends on circumstances and who is involved. That perception is especially dangerous because gambling controversies are rarely judged only by the dollar amount. They are judged by access. Players have knowledge of injuries, lineup changes, personal circumstances, strategic decisions, and the physical condition of teammates and opponents, even when none of that information was used here. Leagues maintain bright-line rules because active participants hold access ordinary bettors do not. So the league did not need to accuse Paige Bueckers or Angel Reese of corruption. It needed to show, clearly and consistently, that the boundary remains real.
As we recognize that the post missed the mark, removed it shortly after it was published, and addressed the matter internally. We will also use this as an opportunity to re-emphasize with the players involved that conversations about wagering on WNBA games, even when intended as a joke, can have negative consequences. Well, you should show them the negative consequences. You should show them the negative consequences. Okay? I don't know if you were going to issue a fine. I don't know if you were going to do a 1-game suspension. I don't know. Something needed to.
The league's official language reportedly described the post as lighthearted, said it missed the mark, was deleted soon after publication, and was handled internally. It also said the incident would be used to reinforce that wagering conversations can bring negative consequences. But that wording leaves one obvious question. What consequence actually occurred? An internal discussion may be appropriate, yet the incident itself was public. Fans saw the wager, the league-related content, and the post disappear. Then they saw a statement saying everyone already knew the rule. If the entire response remains behind closed doors, people are left wondering whether meaningful accountability happened at all. Transparency matters because the league is not simply managing 2 players. It is protecting confidence in every game. Fans buy tickets, watch broadcasts, purchase merchandise, debate results, and increasingly see betting advertisements surrounding professional sports. The league benefits from an ecosystem where wagering is heavily promoted, making clear restrictions on participants even more important. The standard cannot be that gambling is serious when defending competitive integrity, but harmless when popular players appear in a viral clip. That makes enforcement look promotional instead of principled. And there is another layer. The statement reportedly emphasized intent. It was meant as a joke and intended to be lighthearted. That may explain the conduct, but intent does not erase the policy concern. Professional rules often regulate behavior because of the risks it creates, not simply because someone intended harm. A player may accidentally reveal private team information without meaning to help gamblers. A staff member may joke about an injury without intending to influence betting. Likewise, a player may casually wager with another player without trying to damage public trust. Leagues establish firm boundaries because intent is difficult to prove afterward, while the appearance of compromised competition can spread almost immediately.
Idiotic WNBA. You guys are so stupid that you are the one who posted it. You guys reposted it. And then shortly deleted it shortly after. I mean, the WNBA, I mean, it's just a joke, man. Like they don't have their business together. Here it says the WNBA, after posting a video of Paige Bueckers and Angel Reese appearing to bet on a $400 game between them, told Front Office Sports.
The controversy becomes even more awkward for the league itself. According to the commentary and material shown in the source video, an official league account amplified the clip before it was removed. That makes this more than a player discipline issue. It becomes an organizational control problem. Someone apparently saw 2 recognizable stars making a wager and considered it entertaining social content. In the rush for engagement, the policy implications were either overlooked or ignored. Then, once the content was public, someone apparently recognized the issue and removed it. That sequence reveals a disconnect between those chasing impressions and those responsible for protecting league standards. Social media teams are expected to move quickly, capitalize on personalities, and turn casual player moments into viral posts. Compliance teams think differently, focusing on gambling restrictions, reputational risks, labor agreements, and precedent. When those sides are disconnected, the league can end up promoting conduct it later warns players against discussing. That is why blaming only Paige Bueckers and Angel Reese would be incomplete. They remain responsible for their public comments, especially if annual training clearly addresses wagering on league games. But the league also had a responsibility not to present the exchange as official entertainment. Once its account amplified the content, leadership could no longer frame the controversy as simply 2 players making a careless joke. The organization helped spread it. That should have prompted a clearer explanation of how the post was approved, why it was removed, and what safeguards would prevent the same mistake from happening again. Instead, the public response described in the source focused on saying the post missed the mark. That phrase is convenient because it acknowledges an error without identifying responsibility. Who missed the mark? The players, social team, a supervisor, or everyone involved? Without clarity, accountability disappears into vague institutional language.
Tail's been wagging the dog for real. Somebody on a social media team saw a little fun clip of 2 stars making a friendly bet and just ran with it. Then somebody higher up saw what it actually was and hurried to take it down. That's my, to use the wrong word, issue. These team and league accounts kind of live off on their own island, off doing their thing, away from the folks who handle player relations and know what's in the CBA and are supposed to be looking out for the athletes. And this isn't a WNBA thing. I see it in the NBA, NFL, all of it. Yeah, you want to be current. You want to have people talking about you. You want to grow. I get it. I do. But somewhere along the way, the content started running.
The deeper issue appears when engagement becomes more valuable than judgment. Major leagues want viral moments, younger audiences, and constant online conversation. But professional sports accounts carry institutional authority. An official post can signal approval, making quick review essential for gambling, injuries, officiating, discipline, and other regulated subjects. The solution is not slowing social media down, but requiring extra oversight for high-risk content. The WNBA is not alone in facing this tension. Other major leagues have struggled to balance non-stop content with institutional responsibility. What matters is how mistakes are handled. Deleting a post and moving on does not establish a credible standard. The league's biggest failure was not treating a $400 joke like a criminal conspiracy. It was failing to create any visible consequence after acknowledging the rule, training, and potential harm. That is how a small incident becomes a serious credibility test. What are you? What? Y'all don't see what's going on in the NBA with Terry Rozier and all these dudes rigging games. The bigger concern is not that Paige Bueckers or Angel Reese are accused of rigging games. The source material provides no evidence that either manipulated a game, shared inside information, or joined a betting scheme. But professional sports are deeply connected to legalized wagering, with betting lines, sponsorships, player props, and live odds surrounding games. That makes strict integrity rules essential. Players and fans are expected to accept that betting can exist around sports while competition remains protected from it. When those boundaries appear flexible, unusual moments can quickly create suspicion, even when those suspicions are unfounded. That is why inconsistent enforcement matters. The issue is not simply whether one friendly wager affected a game, but whether the league's response makes future games harder to trust. Players also deserve clear distinctions between misconduct levels. A casual public wager should not automatically receive the same punishment as repeated betting, wagering on one's own team, sharing confidential information, or manipulating performance. Those standards should be clearly communicated. If even the lowest level violation receives no visible response, the league risks creating confusion when a more serious incident happens. Precedent does not require identical punishment every time, but it does require a clear principle connecting one decision to another. I'll be requesting my Apple Pay right after this. Y'all are professional athletes, and you are not supposed to be betting on games. That reminder matters because professionalism goes beyond performance. Public comments can affect teammates, opponents, sponsors, fans, and confidence in competition. Paige Bueckers and Angel Reese attract attention precisely because their personalities, rivalry, friendship, and star power generate conversation. But that visibility carries responsibility. A private joke can stay private, while a joke between prominent athletes can become league content and a gambling policy debate within hours. Fans still want authenticity, spontaneous exchanges, trash talk, and genuine relationships. So the solution is not removing personality from the sport. Instead, certain boundaries must remain clear, especially betting on league games. The league could have acknowledged that the wager appeared casual and showed no evidence of manipulation while still issuing a modest fine or formal violation that would recognize the context without suggesting the rule disappeared. Defenders can argue the small amount and playful nature did not justify severe punishment, while critics can point to the known policy, league promotion, and lack of visible discipline. Both arguments contain some truth. Severe punishment may have been excessive, but no transparent consequence may also be inadequate. Good leadership should exist between those extremes. The full response adds important context. Angel Reese mentions the Apple Pay comment, then quickly returns to basketball, praising Paige Bueckers, noting she was held to 16 points, crediting the defense, and discussing the confidence from the win. That supports the idea that the wager was casual rather than part of an elaborate scheme. But that is exactly why the league's response matters. When prominent players joke about wagering, younger players and fans may begin treating the rule as ceremonial. The league's account amplified the content, then removed it, acknowledged the policy, and handled the matter internally without a visible consequence. Individually, each step can be explained, but together they create uncertainty. Fans notice how leagues handle controversial decisions, whether discipline is consistent, and whether stars receive different treatment. WNBA dropped the ball. Y'all needed to do something about this. That criticism does not necessarily demand severe punishment. It means the league missed an opportunity to establish a clear, defensible standard. A stronger response could have acknowledged that two active players publicly discussed a friendly wager connected to a WNBA game, clarified that there was no evidence of game manipulation, and explained why even small bets can undermine confidence in competition. A proportionate response could include a documented warning, additional training, a modest fine, and a review of the social media approval process. That would protect the league without turning two players into symbols of a scandal larger than the evidence supports. It would also reduce accusations of selective enforcement, because fans naturally ask whether another star or a less recognizable player would receive the same treatment. The league's vague approach instead leaves room for assumptions. Supporters may believe leadership wisely avoided overreacting, while critics may think valuable stars were protected. Neither side has enough public information to judge the decision fully. As the source criticism argues, the controversy ultimately reflects a broader leadership problem. Commissioners cannot prevent every mistake, but they are responsible for creating systems that respond consistently. Clear policies, trained employees, defined disciplinary ranges, coordinated communication, and credible public explanations all matter. When player conduct, gambling rules, social media, public relations, and competitive integrity collide, fragmented leadership becomes obvious. One department may see entertaining content while another sees a policy violation, leaving the public with vague language instead of a clear standard. The institution ends up reacting to the viral moment rather than governing it. And for Paige Bueckers and Angel Reese, that uncertainty also creates an unfair situation. Vague handling may protect them from immediate discipline, but it leaves their names connected to a controversy without a definitive resolution. A clear ruling could acknowledge a minor policy violation, impose a proportionate consequence, and close the matter. An opaque internal process only allows debate to continue. Accountability can protect reputations when it is specific and measured, while ambiguity rarely does. The league should also examine why its own social team found the content so appealing. 2 stars, competitive banter, money, and a game result create instant engagement. But when engagement conflicts with integrity rules, leadership must decide which one controls the organization. The standard should exist before someone presses post, not after controversy begins. That is the deeper issue here. The $400 wager is the headline, but the real problem is institutional. 2 players made a careless public joke. The league reportedly amplified and removed it, acknowledged they knew the policy, warned about negative consequences, and then offered no visible consequence. That sequence says more about the league than the wager does about the players. So what do you think? Was the WNBA right to treat this as a harmless mistake requiring only an internal conversation, or did refusing transparent punishment weaken its gambling policy? Let me know in the comments. And for more coverage, like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications.